Coach, walk us through the last couple matchups that you guys have had the last couple contests.
Oh, we didn't compete this past weekend, so we had this past weekend off. We are getting ready to head down to Louisville, Kentucky this weekend. Coming up here, that's our big race we've been focusing on since we first got going. Ladies, I'll start with them. We're just looking to really put into action what we know we can do, or I know they can do. Tell them the biggest thing is actually believing in your fitness. So that's what we've really been working on. I've done a lot of different things with them this week. I'm learning a little bit about them as much as they're learning how to train at this level. So we're focusing on that. And I think that this team is a lot more capable of what they're doing a lot more than they showed at Texas Tech or down at A&M. So I'm pretty optimistic about what we're going to do this weekend. The boys, they've got a couple weeks to rest. They didn't run at Tech, so they had 2 weeks off. So we're really ready to go and see what we can do out there at Louisville. We saw some great competition across the country this weekend. A lot of very good teams. Any teams in that like 5 to 20 range, could be anywhere from 5 to 20 any week. So we gotta go out there and prove to ourselves this weekend that we could be one of those top 10 teams.
So not competing, was this last week? Do you like the week when you have a entire 2 weeks to kind of prepare? Do you like to push them the first week, or is it more of like kind of just trying to get healthy?
Yeah, I mean this is essentially 3 weeks between A&M and Louisville, so most of our top guys don't race for 3 weeks in a row. So those first 2 weeks are really top heavy that we go after it. We try and get a stimulus from our training in those 2 weeks, and then we unload a little bit to try and get a little bit of a super compensation, we call it in fitness, from those 2 weeks of work and get the full adaptation from it. So that's a little bit of the science behind it that I'd like to add that into the mix, but then you got to take into account the stress of classes and midterms coming up and all that stuff. So give them a little time to focus on that this week then before we hit the road for 5 days heading to Kentucky this week.